Namaskar viewers, hello and welcome to this special broadcast where we present to you an overview of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's historic tour to Poland and Ukraine. Aimed at consolidating and further enhancing relations, the Prime Minister's visit to Poland came as both nations celebrate 70 years of diplomatic relations. India and Poland also elevated their bilateral relations to the level of a strategic partnership. While in Ukraine, Prime Minister Modi's engagements touched a range of aspects of bilateral ties, including political, trade, economic, investments, education, cultural, people-to-people exchanges, humanitarian assistance, and others. The Prime Minister reiterated India's principled position and focus on peaceful resolution through dialogue and diplomacy. Details of the Prime Minister's visit to Poland and Ukraine, his engagements and conversations with the top leadership of both countries, and his outreach to the Indian community is what we're going to cover in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi touched down in Warsaw, the capital city of Poland, on 21st August 2024, marking the beginning of a historic visit to the Central European country, the first by an Indian Prime Minister in 45 years. Accorded a ceremonial welcome at the Federal Chancellery in Warsaw, Prime Minister Modi was warmly received by the Prime Minister of Poland, Donald Tusk. The two leaders held talks in restricted and delegation level formats.
वारसो जैसे खूबसूरत शहर में गर्मजोशी भरे स्वागत, भव्य आतिथ्य सत्कार और मित्रता भरे शब्दों के लिए मैं प्रधानमंत्री टूस्क का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। आप लंबे समय से भारत के अच्छे मित्र रहे हैं। भारत और पोलैंड की मित्रता को मजबूत करने में आपका बहुत बड़ा योगदान है।
Recognizing the long-standing ties, reaffirming the deep-rooted bonds of friendship between their countries and peoples, and the commitment to realizing the full potential of their ties, the two leaders decided to upgrade bilateral relations to the level of a strategic partnership. Under the strategic partnership, the two sides will maintain regular high-level contacts, stimulate trade and investment, and take steps to balance two-way trade and expand the trade basket. The two prime ministers engaged in wide-ranging discussions on various aspects of the bilateral partnership, including trade and investment, science and technology, defense and security, cultural cooperation, and people-to-people ties. They agreed that there were significant opportunities available for economic and business collaboration in sectors such as food processing, urban infrastructure, water, solid waste management, electric vehicles, green hydrogen, renewable energy, artificial intelligence, mining, and clean technologies.
इस वर्ष हमने अपने राजनयिक संबंधों की 70वीं वर्षगांठ मना रहे हैं। इस अवसर पर हमने संबंधों को स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप में परिवर्तित करने का निर्णय लिया है। भारत और पोलैंड के संबंध डेमोक्रेसी और रूल ऑफ लॉ जैसी साझा मूल्यों पर आधारित है। आज हमने संबंधों को एक नई दिशा देने के लिए कई इनिशिएटिव्स की पहचान की है।
Building on the consensus reached during talks between the Prime Ministers of India and Poland, the two sides agreed to formulate and execute a 5-year action plan that will guide bilateral cooperation in the years 2024 to 2028. The key areas of priority include political dialogue and security cooperation, under which the two sides will maintain regular contacts between foreign ministers and they will use both bilateral and multilateral fora for these interactions. Both sides will consider supporting each other's aspirations on a case-by-case basis to contribute to multilateral cooperation in the spirit of the United Nations Charter. The two sides will ensure holding of annual political dialogue at the level of Deputy Minister in charge of Foreign Relations. The two sides will encourage relevant institutions to hold regular consultations on security and defense cooperation to promote contact between defense industries, modernize military equipment, and address outstanding issues. The two sides decided that the next round of the Joint Working Group for Defense Cooperation will take place in 2024. Recognizing opportunities in high-tech, agriculture, agri-tech, food tech, energy, climate, green technologies, infrastructure, smart cities, defense, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and mining, the two sides will explore further cooperation in these sectors during the next Joint Commission for Economic Cooperation meeting scheduled for the end of 2024. The two sides will strive to organize meetings of JCEC at least twice every 5 years, with the possibility of more frequent meetings if necessary. Both sides will work towards achieving balanced bilateral trade and addressing all issues to facilitate smooth trade and investment. Both sides will enhance cooperation in economic security by focusing on increasing supply chain resilience and mitigating risks associated with trade dependencies. The two sides will expand their cooperation in sustainable and environmentally friendly technological solutions for the circular economy and wastewater management. Acknowledging their historical reliance on domestic supplies for energy security, both sides will work together on advancing cleaner energy approaches and exploring cooperation in clean coal technologies to minimize environmental impact. Recognizing the crucial role of innovation and the growing importance of critical minerals, the two sides will collaborate on advanced mining systems, high-tech machinery, pioneering safety standards, and increase exchanges and cooperation in mining-related industries. Both sides agreed to work on concluding a cooperation agreement to promote the safe, sustainable, and secure use of space and commercial space ecosystems. They also agreed to promote human and robotic exploration. Poland recognizes India's ambition to join the International Energy Agency. The two sides will explore developing cooperation in the field of transport infrastructure. The two sides will work to enhance connectivity between their countries and respective regions by discussing and pursuing further expansion of flight connections. Both sides reiterated their unequivocal condemnation of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations and emphasized that no country should provide a safe haven to those who finance, plan, support, or commit terrorist acts. Both sides will make concerted efforts against all terrorists, including by designating individuals affiliated with groups that are listed by the UN Security Council 1267 Sanctions Committee. Recognizing the critical importance of cybersecurity for economic and social development, both sides will enhance close interaction and increase exchanges in ICT-related fields, with particular attention to international cooperation, legislative and regulatory solutions, judicial and police activities, deterrence, prevention and responses to cyber attacks, awareness building and educational programs, scientific and technological research and development, business and economic exchanges. Both sides underline the vital role of strengthening collaboration in the field of health by exchanging and sharing information on areas of mutual interest, enhancing contacts among health experts, and supporting cooperation between health institutions in both countries. Both sides agreed to work together to implement the agreement on social security, for which they will make efforts to complete their respective internal legal procedures in this regard. The two sides will strengthen cooperation between cultural institutions and organizations. Further, they'll strengthen exchanges between artists, language experts, scholars, and cultural institutions. They will also explore establishing cooperation and dialogue between think tanks and experts. Further, they'll work together to strengthen cooperation in higher education and encourage universities from both sides to organize relevant activities. They will also encourage respective authorities to establish partnerships between academic institutions in both countries. They also recognize the role of Hindi and Indian studies in Poland and Polish language and culture studies in India, and agreed to work on an agreement between Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange and respective Indian agencies on teaching Polish language at various universities in India. Both sides will continue to expand tourist flows in both directions by strengthening cooperation in tourism. Both sides will also promote a student exchange program and build mutual understanding with the younger generation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held fruitful talks with the President of Poland, Andrzej Sebastian Duda. While welcoming the upgradation of India-Poland ties to a strategic partnership, the two leaders held discussions on various aspects of bilateral relations. Other key engagements of the Prime Minister in Warsaw included brief meetings with prominent Polish business leaders, during which he highlighted India's growth story and mentioned about the significant opportunities for business collaboration between India and Poland in the field of new and emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, cyber security and digital economy. The Prime Minister also met with a group of prominent Polish Indologists. He appreciated the deep interest of the scholars in Indian subjects. He noted that their work and academic research have played a significant role in strengthening India-Poland cultural ties and promoting mutual understanding. The Prime Minister met with members of the Kabaddi Federation of Poland, commending their efforts to popularize the sport in Europe. He highlighted the role of sports in fostering cultural exchange between India and Poland. While in Warsaw, the Prime Minister paid his respects at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is a revered monument dedicated to the memory of Polish soldiers who gave up their lives in service to their country. Located at Pilsudski Square, it is a symbol of national remembrance and honor in Poland. The Prime Minister then laid a wreath at the Jam Sahib of Navanagar Memorial in Warsaw. The memorial is dedicated to Jam Sahib Digvijay Singh Ji Ranjit Singh Ji, a former Maharaja of Navanagar, now Jamnagar in Gujarat. In 1942, the Maharaja established the Polish Children's Camp in Jamnagar for refugee Polish children who were brought out of the USSR during the Second World War. The camp provided refuge to approximately 650 Polish children evacuated from the Soviet Union. The Maharaja personally oversaw the camp's operations, ensuring that the children received food, education, healthcare and opportunities for artistic development.
It was truly a rare and profound honor of my family and then Jam Sahib to open the doors for my Polish brothers and sisters who arrived in India. It is a matter of pride for me that the good Maharaja of Jamnagar is remembered with the greatest respect in Poland.
The Prime Minister then paid a tribute at the Kolhapur Memorial in Warsaw, which honors the generosity of the state of Kolhapur in Maharashtra, which too had given shelter to Polish refugees during the Second World War. Established at Valiver in Kolhapur, the camp provided shelter to around 5,000 refugees, including women and children. At the memorial, Prime Minister Modi met with the Polish people who had lived in the Kolhapur camp and their descendants. Prime Minister Modi also paid solemn homage at the monument to the Battle of Monte Cassino in Warsaw. He honored the brave soldiers who fought in the Second World War. In this historic battle, Indian and Polish troops fought together. Like every visit of the Prime Minister abroad, his two-day tour to Poland also saw an event by the Indian community marked by warmth and exuberance. Addressing the Indian diaspora, the Prime Minister shared his thoughts on their significant contribution in strengthening bilateral relations between the two countries. He also commended their role in the success of Operation Ganga. To further strengthen this special bond, the Prime Minister announced a new initiative called the Jam Sahib Memorial Youth Exchange Program, under which 20 Polish youth would be invited to India every year.
आज दुनिया भारत को उन खूबियों के कारण जानती है जिसे भारतीयों ने सारी दुनिया के सामने साबित करके दिखाया है। हम भारतीयों को एफर्ट्स, एक्सीलेंस और एम्पैथी के लिए जाना जाता है। हम दुनिया में जहां भी जाते हैं, हम भारत के लोग मैक्सिमम एफर्ट्स करते दिखाई देते हैं। एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हो, केयर गिवर्स हो या हमारा सर्विस सेक्टर हो, भारतीय अपने एफर्ट से अपना और अपने देश का नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं। ये मैं आपकी बात बता रहा हूं।
On the second leg of his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi undertook a visit to Ukraine on the 23rd of August 2024 at the invitation of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. It was the first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Ukraine since diplomatic relations were established between the two countries back in 1992. Following a successful visit to Poland, Prime Minister Modi arrived in Ukraine by a special train. He was accorded a warm welcome by members of the Indian community in Kiev. He began his engagements by paying homage at the martyrologist exposition on children at the National Museum of History of Ukraine in Kiev. He was accompanied by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Deeply touched by the poignant exposition set up in memory of the children who've lost their lives in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the Prime Minister expressed his sorrow at the tragic loss of young lives and, as a mark of respect, placed a toy in their memory. The Prime Minister then went to the A.V. Fomin Botanical Gardens to pay homage to Mahatma Gandhi at his statue. The Prime Minister underscored the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi's eternal message of peace in building a harmonious society and finding solutions to present-day challenges. Fruitful discussions were held between the two leaders at the Mariinsky Palace in Kiev, during which they took stock of bilateral ties and exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual interest. They discussed enhancement of cooperation in areas such as trade and commerce, agriculture, pharmaceuticals, defense, education, science and technology, and culture, apart from exploring a stronger partnership in domains such as digital public infrastructure, industry, manufacturing, green energy, etc., including through greater involvement of business and industry from both nations. Further, they emphasized the importance of the India-Ukrainian Intergovernmental Commission on Trade, Economic, Scientific, Technical, Industrial and Cultural Cooperation, the IGC, in facilitating a future-oriented and stronger economic partnership between the two countries.
हमारे द्विपक्षीय संबंधों में ऐसी विपरीत कालखंड में भी प्रगति हो रही है और मैं कह सकता हूं कि ऐसे तनावपूर्ण वातावरण में ये प्रगति हम दोनों देशों की मैच्योरिटी को प्रतिबिंबित करती है.
Underlining the importance of defense cooperation between India and Ukraine, the leaders agreed to continue to work towards facilitating a stronger relationship between the defense entities in both countries. It was agreed to hold the second meeting of the Indian-Ukrainian Joint Working Group on Military Technical Cooperation, established under the 2012 Defence Cooperation Agreement, in the near future in India.
We signed 4 agreements. One was in regard to community development projects in Ukraine. One was in regard to drug control standards and harmonization. One was on cultural exchange, and the fourth one was agriculture.
Prime Minister Modi handed over 4 Bhishma cubes to President Zelensky. The indigenously built Bhishma cubes consist of medicines and equipment for the first line of care for all medical situations. The cubes will help in expeditious treatment of the injured in Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi and President Zelensky reiterated their readiness for further cooperation in upholding principles of international law, including the UN Charter, such as respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty of states. They agreed on the desirability of closer bilateral dialogue in this regard. Prime Minister Modi reiterated the need for sincere and practical engagement between all stakeholders to develop innovative solutions that will have broad acceptability and contribute towards early restoration of peace. He reiterated India's willingness to contribute in all possible ways to facilitate an early return of peace.
पिछले साल जब हमारे बच्चे यूक्रेन से वापस आए, तब उन्होंने परिस्थितियों का जो वर्णन किया, उसमें मैं आपकी वेदना और यूक्रेन के नागरिकों की वेदना भली भांति समझ पाता था, उसका अंदाज लगा सकता था। और मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि इसके समाधान के लिए भारत और निजी रूप से मैं स्वयं, हमसे जो कुछ भी हो सकता है हम अवश्य करें।
Prime Minister Modi also used the opportunity to reiterate his gratitude to the Ukrainian president for the help and support in the evacuation of Indian students from Ukraine in the early months of 2022 when the conflict broke out, as well as for ensuring the safety and well-being of all Indian nationals and students who have returned to the country since then. Also thanking Ukraine for the warm hospitality extended to him and his delegation during the visit, the Prime Minister invited President Zelensky to visit India at a mutually convenient opportunity. So that's it from us on this broadcast. Thank you for your time.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.